been friends. You're 33. Are you each 33, Tim?
Yeah, we're the same age.
He's a little bit older than me, huh?
A little bit. Couple months. So you've been friends probably since you were about 14, right?
Yeah. So we've been friends a really long time.
Friends for a long time.
It's almost 20 years, 19 years. That's really cool.
Years. Man, we're getting old. You're getting old.
Oh, thanks.
I always tell Tim on his birthday, enjoy being old. And then
I remember a birthday memory from this year.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of fun special birthday memories.
Yeah. I had no idea that Ashton came all the way down here just to surprise me for my 33rd birthday at a brewery.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's right.
I had my eyes closed, and my other best friend, Arlene, had her hand over my eyes, and then Ashton came in and sang happy birthday, and I got so excited and I yelled out, Ashton! It was awesome.
And that's when you got to meet baby Bennett for the first time.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yep. But
that made me feel special there.
It did.
It did.
We really have celebrated the big things in life together. Like birthdays. We make a big deal. Tim surprised me one time by flying out to California and surprising me for my birthday. He orchestrated this whole plan with Matt, and it was really awesome. But that's something that has been really special in our friendship is birthdays and big events. We make it a point to
motorcycles in my restaurant.
Oh yeah. We had a surprise birthday party for Matt. Threw a surprise birthday party for me for my 25th in Tim's place. And we opened up the doors of Tim's place, and Matt rolled in on his motorcycle, and then they surprise.
Oh yeah.
The whole restaurant was full of people. So
it was awesome. We were all hiding. We were all hiding in different parts of the restaurant.
Yes.
And through the walk-in and everything.
Yes. But awesome. It's so special. Our kids think it is just the funnest thing now too, when we got to surprise Tim for his birthday, and just making a big deal of those moments has just been really special in our friendship.
It's awesome.
That is so cool. You all make me smile from the inside out.
Cool.
So
you're cool.
You're cool.
Oh, thank you, Tim. I love you. You know that. I love you. So has your friendship extended to either family? Can you describe that? I know your friendship just radiates to anybody around you. So tell me how that has extended to your families.
Definitely. So for me, I kind of grew up in kind of a harder home growing up, and it was just my family just went through a lot, and my parents went through a lot. And so my home life was really hard, especially during high school and college. And so I really clung to Tim's family, and truly they became like my second family. His parents, as you know, if you listen to the show, Jeannie Harris is one of the most incredible person on the planet, and so is Keith. They are just amazing, amazing people, and have taught me so much about life, and so they truly embrace me into their family. I sometimes call Jeannie Mama Jeannie, or Mom 2 is what I always used to tell her, like in high school, and they just really made me feel a part of the family. They took me on family trips. They took me up to their family cabin. We have done a lot of life together with their family, and so I'm just so grateful for them, and they truly are like parents to me. So that's just been so incredibly special. And Tim has been a huge part of my family too. My extended family, everybody just loves Tim and our story, and they just think he is such a true inspiration. And I think just the joy that he brought to my life, truly. I know my parents will tell you that they noticed a change in me in high school and in college, and just the relationship that Tim and I have had has just penetrated through every relationship I have, especially with my family. So, and now Matt's family too. Tim plays a huge part, and they all watch him on social media all the time. They know everything that's going on in Tim's life, and
that's awesome.
Everybody just loves him, of course. But he's played a huge part in our family too. So,
would it be fair to say that you guys are siblings by choice?
Totally.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Awesome.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Tim, why don't you give us a sweet story about Ashton?
Sidewalk Chalk.
she would get some chalk and chalk over in the driveway of one of my birthdays.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. What was it like when you came out and saw that?
I got so excited. With some spoons and forks too.
With some spoons and forks we put in your grass. Yeah. So something I used to do in high school. Anytime, I don't know how I started doing it, but I really do. I love celebrating birthdays. I love celebrating big things in friends' lives. And so I started sidewalk chalking. I'd go late at night and sidewalk chalk happy birthday on their driveway. So when they woke up the next day to go to school, they would see it. Or if they made some sort of team or something big happen. And so there was one time we went and sidewalk chalked Tim's driveway. And it was just, and for me, it was like Tim was like any one of my other friends. But I know if you ask Keith and Jeannie, they really felt like that moment when Tim walked out and saw the sidewalk chalk is when they felt like he was like anybody else, and he was accepted, and he belonged, and he was just like any other high school kid. So that was a really special moment. But for me, it was like he was just one of my other friends. I would do that. I would do what I did for Tim for any of my friends. So it was really special.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and Ashten, what about you? Give us a sweet story about Tim.
Oh gosh, so many sweet stories. There was a time two years ago, we came to Albuquerque with our kiddos, and it was right before Christmas time, but we knew we weren't going to get to see Tim because he was going to be sailing on his boat with his parents. And so Tim dressed up like Santa, but Mickey Mouse. Like he had a Mickey Mouse Santa hat, and then he had a Santa jacket, and he had a Santa sack. And he filled it with presents for me and for Matt and for each of our kids. And we met at this restaurant. He shows up wearing this whole outfit. And we drive up, and he just runs out and gives my kids the biggest hug. And to this day, my kids just talk about that. But Tim's just, his ability to, take the time. Like he took the time, he took his own money, he went to Walmart, he thoughtfully thought out what each of us would want for Christmas. And it was just such a special moment. He wrapped each present, and we sat down and we opened the presents together at this restaurant. And I know there was people watching us, thinking this is so great. And he had us sit on his lap like he was Santa, and we took funny pictures. But it was seriously such a special moment. Like for Tim to think through all those little details and to make that such a magical day for my kids, it truly was a day that they will never forget, and I won't forget either. It was so special.
That's awesome.
That's how Tim thinks. He's just very intentional, very special, and thoughtful.
That is such a sweet story.
Yeah.
That is such a sweet story. And I just thought of something. Tim, when you were talking about your friends and you mentioned the homecoming queen was one of your friends, you were homecoming king, weren't you?
I was.
Why don't we talk about that moment for Ashten and Tim? Ashten, did you know that he would be homecoming king?
Oh gosh, are you kidding? Without a doubt, did I know he was going to be homecoming king? Oh my gosh, everybody knew Tim was going to be homecoming king. He truly was the most
awesome.
Popular kid in our whole school. But yeah, it was such a special moment. And just that moment of everybody saw Tim like he was anybody else. The fact that they voted for him and they wanted him to be the representation of our high school was so incredibly special.
Especially my brother. Aww. He went to all his buddies to go to that table and vote for me.
That's right. Aww. Such a special day.
It was awesome, and one of the moments when they announced me as homecoming king, my mom and dad had tears coming down their eyes. It was a stream of tears.
Oh,
they were so proud, and they.
Oh. They
got so excited.
That was a big moment, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I remember the other big moment when you won Student of the Year.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
That was a huge moment because there was not just kids in the room. I mean, there was parents and grandparents, and everybody got to see that here is this amazing boy with these amazing abilities, and he got Student of the Year. I mean, we had kids that had 4.4 GPAs. We had kids that had full ride scholarships to colleges. We had outstanding kids. We went to a really great school in high school, and Tim got picked for that. Like, truly, that says something. And it was such a special moment, I feel like, for everybody in that room to see that Tim got to be that, and that walls were broken down, and that people chose him over, students that on paper, and I'm sure in person, were amazing, but that Tim beat all them out because Tim just had this presence with people and with teachers and with the administrators and everybody that he came in contact with. And so people saw that.
That's awesome right there. Yeah. My dad gave a speech during my graduation and put everybody into tears.
He sure did.
Yeah.
We had some big moments.
I remember our class song, though, too.
What was it?
It was Times Like These by the Foo Fighters.
Oh,
it was awesome.
Those were big moments.
Those were awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But
no, go ahead.
I remember on my 10-year reunion from high school, they made these El Dorado cupcakes with the eagle. Yeah, it was awesome.
And you got to dress up as the mascot at the reunion, didn't you?
I did. It was awesome.
Oh, it's so funny. Oh, it's so awesome. You're still
good times.
People.
Good times.
Yeah.
And you know what, Tim? You're still a good ambassador.
That's right.
Yeah.
You are. For the school and for life, I think. You really, really are.
Love is a potion.